Hey, it's Yuli with TMCC. Hope that you're all having a wonderful day. Today, I wanted to create this video to show you what the new online Jumpstart permission to enroll form looks like. It is a little different than what you've seen in the past. So I thought I would just take a couple of minutes to create this video so that you know what to expect when you are receiving approvals for winter and for spring of 2021 Jumpstart. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really fast. All right. So my go-to is always the Jumpstart homepage, jumpstart.tmcc.edu. Students can find a lot of really great and helpful information here. In our case, I really want to concentrate on that permission to enroll form. So I'm going to go to the Get Started section and click on the steps to enroll for Jumpstart students. New students have to follow all steps 1, 2, 3 before they can register for classes. Continuing students, especially continuing students in Washoe County School District, need to submit a permission to enroll form every semester they hope to take college classes. The form is right under step number 3, and I'm going to click on it. And again, lots of useful information here, but there are 2 versions of the permission to enroll form. The first version is just the traditional PDF form that requires, a counselor, student, and parent signature. Students can go ahead and email those to us if all signatures are included. This semester, if students are sending us PDF files without signatures, we're going to bounce that back to students and ask them to resubmit once they have all proper signatures. Now, we really do recommend that students use the online permission to enroll form. It's just a better process. You will also get an automatic notification that the student has submitted a form, and you will be able to approve the form electronically. So we think that that's a better process to use, and we encourage all students to use option number 2, which is the online permission to enroll form. And the online permission to enroll form looks like this. Again, this is going to be different than what you've seen before if you were receiving emails from the dual credit program. Now it's going to look a little different. First, students are going to need to log in using their TMCC NSHE, which is their TMCC ID number. It usually starts with a 5, sometimes with a 2, sometimes with an 8. But they'll type in their 10-digit student ID number, their first name, last name, and their birth date. Really, really important. Students have to use the information that they used when they applied for TMCC. So, for example, I go by Yuli, right? Y-U-L-I. That's great. But that's not my full name, and that is not the name that I used when I applied to TMCC. My full name is Juliana. So I have to use Juliana, not Yuli. Same with my last name. I go by Yuli Chavez, but my last name is Chavez Camarina. So that is the information that I used when I applied to TMCC. That is the information the students need to be aware that when they complete this form, it has to be the exact information they used when they applied to Truckee Meadows Community College. Otherwise, they will have a lot of issues. They will not be able to log in and complete an online form. The other issue that I sometimes see is with the birth date as well. If students are using the accurate first name, accurate last name, and they're still having issues, 99% of the time, it's because they made a typo or a mistake when they applied for admissions at TMCC and they gave us the wrong birth date. So this information has to match what's on their TMCC application. Otherwise, they will not be able to use this form. I always encourage students to take a look at their admissions letter. They can go right to their My TMCC account to view their birth date, make sure that everything is accurate. They can always email us at dualcredit@tmcc.edu if they are having issues, but 99% of the time, the problem is going to be that students are not using the first name, last name, and birth date that they used when they applied for admissions. So students do have to be very careful about that. Once they log in, the application looks like this. And then it asks them for some basic information, high school name, current GPA, with the high school counselor information. That's your information. They do need to give us your first name, last name, phone number, and most importantly, your email. The email the students give that we will use to automatically route the permission to enroll form to you. So if the student has a typo or doesn't know the correct email, then you'll never get the form. So we definitely want to encourage students to please be as accurate as possible when they are completing this information. The other information here is parent information. We need to know the classes that they want to take so they can add or remove classes. They can request up to 5 classes per form. And then finally, all the signatures and acknowledgements. So once the student clicks submit, once all of these questions are filled out, what happens is that you, the counselor, will receive an email, and it looks like this. No reply. You cannot reply to those emails. The title or the subject is always TMCC Jumpstart approval requested. When you click on the email, what you're going to see is you're going to see that you have an access to a link that if you click on the link, it'll take you to the permission to enroll form that the student filled out. So when you click on it, it'll come up, it'll look just like this. So you can just go ahead and review the information. What's kind of cool about this is that when you take a look at the section where the student gave us classes, you are able to go ahead and make edits. So if the student gave us the wrong class number, if perhaps the student added the wrong class and you notice that the student made a typo, you can go ahead and make edits to the form. So that's pretty cool. We were not able to do that before. So that's really nice. And then finally, at the very bottom, we ask that you please let us know if the student is eligible for classes. You can go ahead and make any comments that you want. Let us know if the student has your permission to make changes on his or her own without asking you for approval. And then if you have any other documents that the student needs to upload, this is not mandatory. Of course, the student is responsible for providing prerequisite information, not you. But we added that just in case. And then finally, you can go ahead and submit the form and it'll come right to us. And once we get the form with your authorization, then what happens at that point is we review the form and we process enrollment, assuming that enrollment is already open. For the spring and winter semester, most Jumpstart students will be able to register around November 18th or 19th. So we are accepting online forms, online permission to enroll forms now. We'll just process them and they'll just be waiting until we can enroll students shortly. If you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to let us know. Our email address is dualcredit@tmcc.edu. Thank you.